Hey y'all, Janelle here. What it do? Today's Friday. Happy Friday, TGIF, honey. Like, I just want to come to y'all and talk to y'all about something that kept me up all night long. And when I say all night long, yeah, I mean all night long. So get your mind out the gutter, honey. I'm only talking about a book. I'm only talking about a book. Sorry to get your hopes up. So today I want to do my very first book review, y'all. I know that's like interesting. Like, oh, you read? Yes, bitch, I read. Like, I enjoy reading. I've always enjoyed reading. I think it stems from when I was like a little kid. I was like a grade above what I actually should be, like age-wise. And so I wasn't reading at the level that the kids a year older than me were reading at. And so my mom got me hooked on phonics, and you know, ever since then, since I could learn how to read, reading's been my jug. And that's why I'm an English major. Okay, I look so fat. Hold up, get off my pits. You know, sometimes you get you get big, honey. You get them stretch marks right here. You get big, you get swole quick. And that's what happened to me. I gained like 40 pounds in 1 year, 2007. Anyway. But I've lost weight. I'm at 172. I ain't ashamed to say it. Because I was at 185 earlier this year. So I'm at 172. Okay? Anyway. Alright. So the book I would like to review is A Deeper Love Inside. The Porsche Santiago Story by Sister Souljah. This book is credited as the sequel to The Coldest Winter Ever. Alright, The Coldest Winter Ever. If you're a female like myself, around the age of like mid-20s, maybe even early 30s, or maybe even a little younger, early 20s, late teens, you've probably read The Coldest Winter Ever, and you thought that was the coldest book. I did. I fuck with Sister Souljah so tough after Coldest Winter Ever. I was like, oh yes, winter. That's me without the drug daddy and all this other stuff. Just the fabulosity of winter. Every female was like, oh yes. So Sister Souljah did not do a wonderful job at a sequel to The Coldest Winter Ever, because Coldest Winter Ever, it was really high expectation. It was a really good book, and so for a sequel the expectations were quite high, and I think she fell short of them. Sister Souljah, I'm speaking of. The story deals with Porsche Santiago, who is Winter Santiago's little sister. She's the middle sister. It was 4 girls: Winter, Porsche, Mercedes, and Lexus, and they're rat as real rat. But Porsche is the middle sister, and the book is about Porsche's life. In the book, she never reaches past the age of 17, and that right there is a major problem. She is 10 through 12 or 10 through 13 for a majority of the book, for the first few chapters, and that is also a big problem, because that makes her unrelatable to girls. Myself, you know what I'm saying, I either wanted to see maybe, you know, Winter get out of jail for, you know, good behavior or something, or maybe, you know, Porsche as an older girl, and her, when she wrote the book when Winter got out of jail, and it was still on Porsche, but it was maybe on Porsche and Winter together. But this was just about Porsche. I'm not going to give you every detail. I'm going to try my best not to. But Porsche done went to jail. She's in juvie. I'm not going to tell you why. You just read the book and find out all the context clues. She's in juvie, and I will tell you that she breaks out of juvie. She breaks out, and that's another few chapters. And by chapter 20, I think she's out of jail by chapter 20. I think. I can't remember. I stayed up, like I said, to about 5 o'clock last night reading this, just because I wanted to get through it. My best friend actually got me the book. The book was $26. That was $29. Well, wait. It's $26.99 US and $29.99 for the hardback in Canada. All right, my best friend found this book for $18 on Amazon.com and wrote me a little note. This should hold you over. Because she knows that I enjoy reading, and I was reading some of my old books. I had went back and read Fly Girl Honey, and then I was on For the Love of Money. And y'all know, again, this was another situation where the first book was so good, but the sequel, it just didn't quite live up to it. Now this, like, literally, I think somebody else wrote Fly Girl for him. And I Googled it. I was looking at the results, or the reviews for the book. I didn't want to read the reviews before I read it, because sometimes, you know how it can cloud your judgment, and then you kind of try, and I guess that's what I would be doing with this, huh? But, yeah. I guess watch this review after you read the book, and that way we can sit and talk and, you know, have a discussion about what you thought. It wasn't that it was just a horrible book. It's not a horrible book, but it just doesn't live up to the sequel. You know what I mean? As being a sequel for Dakota's Whenever, I don't even think she should have put that. You know what I'm saying? That she should have marketed it differently, and that way I would have been like, okay. But I mean, in the business of marketing, she did the exact thing that she was supposed to do, because I'm sure she racked up on this mediocre ass book. It has 50 chapters. 50 chapters and an after story, so almost like 51. She has written No Disrespect, Sister Souljah. I love that title, No Disrespect, Sister Souljah. And then she wrote The Coldest Winter Ever, and then she wrote Midnight, A Gangster Love Story, and then she wrote Midnight and the Midnight and the Meaning of Love. I haven't read these two or No Disrespect, Sister Souljah, but my best friend said that's a must read, gotta read. It's about her life. And this was just, I'm gonna read y'all the first. It's an eye catcher. When you open it up, this is why I thought this book was gonna be so good. I'm gonna read you the first chapter and a half. Not chapter and a half, but paragraph and a half. Not every bitch is a queen. Most chicks are just regular. Most of them know it and accept it as long as nobody points it out. A queen is authentic, not because she says so, just because she is. A queen doesn't have to say nothing. Everybody can see it and everybody can feel it too. A bunch of bootleg girls been trying to come up. That's what they supposed to try and do. But their borrowed, stolen style sucks because it's borrowed and stolen. A queen knows who she is inside and out. She wouldn't imitate nobody else. In fact, she creates original styles, wait for the bootleg bitches to catch on and copy, then switches, making their heads spin, eyes roll, and short money pile. Just baby, when I say I read that and I was like, yes, Sister Souljah, don't come in turning heads like that. It was all fluff, baby, because she did that in that first chapter to keep your attention. And my best friend, she said she's only on like chapter like 10, 11, because she's like, it's boring to her. It's boring to her. To me, I just had hopes that it would get better. So that's why I continued to read it. I started this book on Monday. Either Monday or Tuesday, and today is Friday. And so I finished it. You know, it took me a while. Not like really a while, but you know, it took me a little second. Stayed up a few hours. Trying to read it. It's not a bad read. I mean, 50 pages. That's a decent amount of reading. But like I said, she never gets past the age of 17. So I feel as though in 50 chapters, I keep saying pages. I'm sorry. In 50 chapters, she could have, you know, captured us at different moments in Porsche's. It's not Portia, it's Porsche. For Porsche's life, she had ample opportunity to do that, but she wrote about her being in jail for a few chapters, and then her escaping for a few more chapters, and then her getting out. And she did go ahead and find Mama. Mama was in the book too. Winter is in the book. Winter is at the very end of the book. And she hasn't changed at all. She's still on some, you know how people go to jail and still be on some when I get out, da 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 da, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, boo. That's how you got to relax. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just females, dudes, specifically dudes. I'm trying to figure out, like, is my arm really that ashy? I took a shower and I ain't put no lotion on yet, so it must damn be. But, anyway, yeah, it wasn't a bad read though, y'all. I want you guys to read it. That way we can have a little chit chat about it. However, I don't think you should purchase this book. I think that you should borrow this book. I think that you should rent this book. I don't think that you should go out and purchase $26 or even $18 on this book, because you are going to be sadly, like, upset. What else happens in Portia? She does find love in this book. She finds love, so it's somewhat a happy ending. You know what? It is a happy ending. Minus winter, it is a very happy ending for Portia, and she deserved it. She went through a lot on her, you know, young years, and she went through a lot, you know, because of her drug lord papa and her bossed up mama, who eventually, you know, they lost everything. They lost everything, and so that's the thing. Like, you know, you hit rock bottom, and you don't have no plan B. I can't get with that. Like, I got a friend. That's neither here nor there. But let's just say they didn't save for a rainy day, and shit ain't looking good for him. You know what I'm saying? Pops was that nigga, and I don't understand how you don't save for a rainy day. Like, that shit not gonna go on forever. So anyway, Sister Souljah, she let us down, y'all. I'm gonna be honest with you, she let us down. And it's not that it's not a bad book, it just shouldn't be the sequel. She should not market it as the sequel. I mean, just for our sake, but for her money, yes, okay, it works. I agree to that. But what else can I tell y'all without telling y'all? Oh, I want you to pay close attention to Suri, like the iPhone Suri, S-I-R-I. I want you to pay close attention to Suri in this book, because you're gonna get to, like, it took me to about chapter 20 to be like, oh, okay. So pay attention to Suri and see what Suri talking about, and see how Suri is. And it's interesting. It is a little interesting. I mean, it was a page turner for me, because like I said, I read it in, you know, 4 or 5 days. But I mean, it just wasn't that Sister Souljah, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my goodness, this book is so good. I look at books as like movies, though. And so sometimes I'll read a little bit and then put it down and just kind of want to, you know, formulate my own opinion, and then see, okay, is this what I think is going to happen? And then just kind of find out whether it does or whether it doesn't. I love that. I love that about books. And we know in the coldest winter ever, Mama got shot, and it wasn't like a really happy ending. And so that's why I said she could have went any way she wanted with the sequel, but she decided to, you know, give us Portia's story starting at 10 years old. Like, why? Like, why? And then it says, I'm a real pretty bitch. Like, Portia is just really unrelatable to most girls. She's 10 through 12 and she escapes prison, and then she becomes that, you know what I'm saying, that little bitch. Like, legit. Like, she says that she makes her first million before the age of 16, just out here hustling. And it's like, I mean, it's possible that happens, you know, to a very select few. It's possible, but it's just like, really? How she even spoke, it was like not of a 10-year-old girl who doesn't know how to, who's a, what, 4th, 5th grade dropout. And then it makes us believe that she is this really, you know what I'm saying, I know, a really omniscient 10-year-old, 12-year-old, 13-year-old girl, and then she meets a guy who's in school, and she feels as though, you know, she's street smart and she knows all of these things, but then it kind of turns her into this, not illiterate, but delayed girl. So it's just really confusing a little bit. She kind of went all over the place with this book. She kind of went all over the place, but I mean, it was a decent book. It was a decent read. I read it, you know what I'm saying? And so this is the cover without it, but that's supposed to be Portia, the pretty girl. I was like, no, wait. This is not the girl who in the book talking about she beautiful and all this other stuff. Because, I mean, this girl, I ain't hating, but, like, no, not how they made Portia. I was thinking Portia was going to be this big. You know what I'm saying? This girl got acne. We all got a little acne, but still, that is not the bomb diggity. And so this is the end when she's supposed to be a blossom girl. And, yeah. I want you all to read it, though. This has been my very first review that I've done on a book on YouTube. I hope I did okay and I didn't give you too many spoilers. Like I just said, like, pay attention to Suri. And like I said, it is a happy ending, so that's cool. But sometimes what makes a great book is that it doesn't have a happy ending. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does not have a happy. It has a good ending, and that leaves your mind like, oh, it could have went this way, it could have went that way. So it plays on your mental a little bit. Because sometimes I'll read books and still be thinking about them days afterwards, like it was a legit movie or some real shit happening. So anyway, like I said, go try and read this book. Purchase, not purchase it, but borrow it and rent it if you can. If you want to support Sister Souljah, I say that's a good thing too. But I just really can't fuck with her right now because this not the sequel to Coldest Winter Ever. Like, I want her to write something else. The sequel, the real sequel to Coldest Winter Ever. But it was a decent read. A Deeper Love Inside. The Porsche luxurious Santiago story. I said her mama did not name her that on some real rat shit. Anyway, go pick it up and let me know what you think about it so I can give you my opinion even further if you want to talk about it. I don't know if y'all want to, but yeah, I'm sorry the video is so long, but it's my first review and y'all know I'm long-winded, so I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.